Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nathan Tate. I am the student council president. Will everyone please rise and help me say the Pledge of Allegiance? Gentlemen, please remove your hats. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. On behalf of the graduating class of 2016, I would like to welcome parents, family members, faculty, administration, board members, and community members to our graduation ceremony. Thank you all for attending this special evening with us tonight. We celebrate a very memorable occasion for our class. Graduation is an important step that we all have to take throughout our lives. It is when we move on from this school to the next. We will not forget the memories that we have made here at Richland. We will keep these memories and look back on them in the future, for these experiences have influenced our lives and have made us the people we are today. Tonight, we reflect back on those memories and on the many people who have contributed to our success. To our extraordinary parents and family members who have encouraged and pushed us to be the best that we could be, thank you. You have supported us and have been there every step of the way throughout our lives. At all of our important events, like concerts, games, and other performances, you were there cheering us on. Every time we needed a ride from school, you were there being our personal chauffeurs and driving us around. I know my mom did. Whenever we struggled with something, whether it was math, science, or anything else, you were there to help us. For all those times that we didn't seem to notice during your help, know that we are very thankful and we love you. I would personally like to thank my parents and family members. They are the people who motivate me to do my best. I would not be successful without them. I am sure that every one of us graduates is thinking the very same thing tonight. During our time here at Richland, we have had many wonderful teachers, such as Mr. Rob, who we will remember for his humor, Mr. Camp, who made history fun and interesting, Mr. Richards, who shared with us all those life lessons, and Mrs. Nicamente, who prepared us for our future. These teachers have taught us many lessons and have influenced our lives. They all tried their best to prepare us for what lies ahead. To all of our teachers that have been there for us throughout the years, let us say thank you. You have made our time here at Richland worthwhile. My fellow graduates, it's been a great 9 years. I couldn't have asked for a better class. You've all made my time here at Richland unforgettable and enjoyable. We have shared so much. I'm sure many of you can remember our time spent in Mr. Camp's 6th grade social studies class when he would throw things at us. He had a whiteboard dedicated to showing off the ridiculously misspelled words that we wrote. He even had many Certificate of Awesomeness awards that we all know he made himself. Some of you band students might remember the time when Mr. Rob fell off his podium and almost died, and we all stared at him laughing. These are just a few memories from our years here. This is the final time that we'll all be here together as Richland Eagles. After tonight, we'll be graduates of Richland. This may sadden and frighten you, but it's a part of life that we should welcome. As our class motto puts it nicely, we took our first step here together, and now we take the next. I'm glad that we're here together as we take that next step. I wish the best of luck to everyone, and I hope that all your dreams become realities. Congratulations, class of 2016.
Good evening. Congratulations to you all and best wishes during your high school years and beyond. My name is Sam Pertini, and Helen Carr is my great-grandmother. Tonight, one of you will be given the Helen Carr Citizenships Award by the Crest Hills Women's Civic League. You receive a gift card, and your name will be on a plaque on your school's wall. Helen was raised in Ohio, and after losing her husband at 35, worked various jobs to support her 3 children. After moving to Cresthill, she went back to school and received her teaching degree and returned to teach in Lockport. Helen always had a love for education, teaching, and learning. She was involved in several community organizations and was the first city clerk of Cresthill. So in honor of Helen Cards, I would like to present this award to Shaylin Bragg.
Good evening. Every year PTC asks the 8th grade class to choose one boy and one girl who they believe are all-around students in their class. The students vote based on the following characteristics. The student possesses and demonstrates good citizenship, shows positive leadership for the common good, has respect for family as well as the rights and property of others, has a cooperative attitude, demonstrates self-control and ability and willingness to get along with others, and is responsible to family, self, school, and the community. This year, PTC is awarding $50 cash to the all-around students. Please join me in congratulating this year's recipients of the All-Around Student Awards, Danica Estequillo and Nolan McNabb.
Good evening. My name is Nate Albert. I'm a representative of the Cresthill Lions Club. And on behalf of the Cresthill Lions Club, I would like to extend our congratulations to the Richland class of 2016. We are here tonight to present the second annual Cresthill Lions Student of the Year Award to a student in this graduating class who has demonstrated through documented deed, action, recommendations, and willingness to serve others and give back to his or her community. The winner will receive a plaque commemorating this achievement, a $150 gift card, and will have their name added to the perpetual plaque displayed in the main hallway of the school. Lions Club, the largest community service organization in the world, have been in existence since 1917 with a current membership of 1.4 million in 193 countries across the globe. Your Cresthill Lions Club has been in existence since 1962, providing health and humanitarian aid to hundreds of Cresthill residents and engaging in a variety of projects and programs aimed at enhancing the quality of life in our neighborhoods. With their volunteerism, help, and dedication of Cresthill community members, our motto is simply, we serve. Before I announce this year's award recipient, I thank and congratulate all students and their families who participated in the application process this year. The winner of the second annual Cresthill Lions Student of the Year Award, the person from this graduating class of 2016 who emulates the Lions' simple motto, we serve, goes to Macy Menarson.
Good evening. Let me also extend my congratulations to our graduates and their parents. Tonight is a time to reflect on some of your accomplishments and realize you're moving on to the next chapter of your lives. Throughout this year, I have presented hundreds of awards to our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade athletes at our awards nights. The athletes here tonight, the students here tonight, have had some spectacular moments in their Richland athletic careers, including participation in interscholastic contests, regional regional performances, sectional performances, even some state competition, as well as many exciting contests and a year's worth of great memories. Tonight I'm here to present the All-Around Athlete Award from among the graduates before me. This is the 10th year for this award, and the recipient will receive an eagle figurine, their name on a plaque just outside the gym, and a gift certificate from our sponsor, Big Frog Custom T-shirts in Shorewood. I'd like to thank Gail and Big Frog for their sponsorship of our All-Around Athlete Award. Finally, I'd like to wish all of you the very best if you choose to continue your athletic careers in high school. You have built a good foundation. Keep up the work ethic you've established here. Set your goals, work hard to achieve them, and it will serve you well in the future. The criteria for the all-around athlete includes participation in a minimum of 3 sports, which qualifies a student as an Eagle athlete, selection to at least one all-conference team, meeting all academic requirements of both the ISA and Richland Junior High throughout each sports season, conducting themselves in a positive manner on the playing fields as well as at school throughout each season, displaying desirable leadership skills. With those qualities in mind, we had 13 deserving student athletes this year. The recipient of the girls all-around athlete participated in 4 sports, was selected to 3 all-conference teams, won 1 Most Valuable Player award, had a positive attitude and demonstrated great leadership. She displayed an amazing work ethic and led by example. The recipient of our boys all-around athlete participated in 3 sports, was selected as scholar athlete in 2 of them, was selected to 2 all-conference teams, won 2 Most Valuable Player awards. The 2016 All-Around Athlete Awards go to Isaac Valdez and Shayla. Could you please step forward? On behalf of the 8th grade graduating class, we would like to present you with this plaque.
The plaque contains the names of all the 8th grade graduates and our motto. The motto reads, "We took our first step here together, and now we take the next."
On behalf of the Board of Education, we thank the class of 2016 and wish you continued success in high school. This plaque, with each of your names, will be proudly hung in the hallway, and we hope to see you come back and show us all your great accomplishments in the future.
Good evening. Board of Education, teachers, staff, family members, guests, and graduates, welcome to the 59th annual Richland School District 88A graduation ceremony. To the class of 2016, this event is a culmination of your grade school years. Some of you may have noticed we're in the midst of a national election. Over the past decade, it seems that there's more time spent campaigning than getting the work of the people done. Have you noticed the manner in which the media, even some candidates, treat American people if they have an opinion that is different from their point of view? It can get pretty ugly. My wish for the class of 2016 is, over the next 4 years, develop your skills as an independent thinker. The past 9 years, education has provided you the basic tools to be an independent thinker. You can read, you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. You have a far superior understanding of technology than my generation. And most recently, you have been taught, drilled, assessed in the need to support support the answers you provide in class and on tests with evidence. Therefore, you have all the qualifications to be an independent thinker, but do you have the courage? In preparing for this talk, I did a quick Google search using the words independent thinker. The first hit was from my personality type, the independent thinker. Independent thinkers are analytical and witty persons. They are normally self-confident and do not let themselves get worked up by conflicts and criticism. They are very much aware of their own strengths and have no doubts about their abilities. I feel this definition reasonably captured my wish in this class with one small addition, and that is a quote from Albert Einstein, who stated, and I quote, "What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right." This addition is where the courage comes in. In today's world, there's a lot of pressure to go along with the popular view of things. In politics, polls are important. They are done and reported constantly during the election campaign. Why? It's about being with the group, the majority, the popular group, the winning team. My challenge is for you to have the courage to make up your own mind, do your own research, come to your own conclusions, and not simply make a decision based upon what a friend, the media, or some high-profile celebrity tells you. Have the confidence to make decisions and the conviction not to second-guess yourself. I can assure you this process is easier said than done. In the next 4 years, you will be faced with a multitude of decisions, and yes, there will be a lot of people that will influence and put pressure into your decision-making. Each decision will be a test that escalates higher and higher. Use high school to hone your skills and develop the discipline to make informed decisions. Then, you will have the capacity as an independent thinker. My sincere congratulations to the graduates and their family on this momentous occasion. It is my pleasure tonight to introduce as our commencement speaker, Megan Malinowski. Megan was a salutatorian for the Richland class of 2000. She was a recipient of the Young Authors Award twice. While at Richland, Megan participated in basketball and volleyball. While at Lockport Township High School, she participated in choir and the drama club, and graduated with honors in 2004. Megan had 2 poems published in a local literary journal in college. Professionally, Megan is an accomplished parachutist. She's been featured in Parachutist magazine, holds a pilot's license, is a certified skydiving instructor, aerial photographer, national skydiving champion, and holds 2 state records in skydiving. Currently, Megan is a co-owner of 2 skydiving centers, is married with 2 stepchildren who also skydive. I am very pleased to welcome Megan back home.
Good evening. My name is Megan Malinowski, and 6 years ago, I jumped out of an airplane for the first time. Since then, I've logged over 1,000 jumps. I am not a thrill seeker or an adrenaline junkie. On my first jump, I was absolutely terrified, as you should be jumping out of an airplane from 14,000 feet. For me, there was a feeling of empowerment that followed after doing something I was afraid of that kept me returning to the sky. I was not instantly a great skydiver. Landing a canopy with any amount of grace did not come naturally to me. It took me over 50 jumps before I could land on my feet, instead of feet, knees, and then face. I refused to give up, and I'm happy to say I have mastered the art of flying and landing a parachute. Within 3 months of jumping, I achieved my skydiving license, and a year of jumps later, I set my sights on an instructional rating so that I could teach others how to skydive. I then got involved in the management and business side of skydiving. Eventually, I became co-owner of Skydive Midwest, which has the absolute best views of Chicago and Lake Michigan around if you're looking to throw your principal or parents out of an airplane anytime soon. We've built one of the largest skydiving centers in the Midwest, conducting over 11,000 jumps annually. For the last 2 years, I've been working in competitive skydiving, and I'm very proud to say my team just won its first national skydiving championship in October last year. This year, I was offered the opportunity to join an organization that supports women in skydiving, as women currently only make up about 13% of jumpers in the sport. This organization has made it their goal to change that statistic. I currently hold hold 2 state records for skydiving, one in Illinois and one in Wisconsin, both for largest all-female skydiving formation. One of those records even involved flying multiple aircraft to altitudes over 18,000 feet, which required the use of supplemental oxygen on the ride to altitude. Hanging off the outside of an aircraft and watching jumpers simultaneously descend on an airborne formation is quite an experience. When I look back at the things I've accomplished over the last 6 years, I'm reminded that 16 years ago, I sat exactly where you're sitting now. I have to say, if you had asked me then if I pictured myself to be the owner of several skydiving centers, a competitive skydiver, and a pilot someday, my answer would have been absolutely not. I literally cried waiting in line for the Batman ride at Six Flags during my 8th grade field trip to Six Flags. Like I said, I was not a thrill seeker in the least. The passion I have for skydiving came as a complete surprise to me, and life was a funny way of putting the unexpected in your path. Couldn't be happier with my decision to set aside my fears and pursue the feeling of freedom and accomplishment that I felt in that first jump. I have faced some challenges along the way. For one thing, when I started working towards my pilot's license, I came to the realization that aviation involves a lot of math and science. By no fault of Mrs. Russell, who was my science teacher when I went to Richland, science and math are not my strong subjects. I struggled at first with the principles of flight, calculating fuel burn during a cross country, or even understanding the trajectory and descent rate of my parachute so that I might land at the airport instead of in a nearby cornfield. There were times when I was tempted to listen to the voice of doubt in the back of my head. Sometimes I think about what my life would be like if I had been too afraid to take that first step off of the airplane. Or if I had decided that competitive skydiving would cost too much money or take too much of my time. Or if I had let the voice in my head that was saying, "You're not good at math and science, how will you ever learn to fly an airplane?" be louder than the voice that said, "I know I can do this." My advice to you is to not be afraid to say yes to the opportunities that life presents you, even if they seem a little scary or daunting. Do not let fear of failure or embarrassment or lack of money or self-doubt stand in the way of anything you want to achieve. Success is a decision to refuse to let failure keep you from trying again and again and again. Being too afraid to go after the things you want for any reason is guaranteed failure. Michelangelo said, "The greater danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but setting our aim too low and achieving the mark." So as you graduate today, consider saying yes to the opportunities that come your way. Don't focus on the fear you feel at what you're facing. Think about the feeling of empowerment you'll have when you overcome it. And when you find something you're truly passionate about, don't ever let it go. Work hard every day, be persistent, and be brave. I would tell you that the sky is the limit, but in my experience, I have found it to be true that not even the sky is the limit. Thank you and congratulations.
celebrate you. I congratulate you and your parents on this achievement. Collectively, you have accomplished many things. This week at award night, it was reported that 17 students in this class earned all A's this year. And I happen to know that many more of you achieved high honor roll status for more than one quarter. When I sit back as your principal, I think about that, and it's amazing to me because I know that this is a result of your hard work, your talent, and true character. David Brooks stated, "Almost every successful person begins with two beliefs. The future can be better than the present, and I have the power to make it so." As you leave Richland, I challenge you to think, how are you going to make the future better? How are you going to use what you have learned to make it so? What talents do you possess, and how can you use them to better yourself and the greater good? How are you going to leave your mark? It is my hope that you will use what you have learned here at Richland to change the world. During ILP time the last few years, you have all practiced setting academic, personal, and career goals. And we hope that you have started to think about where you want to be and what you want to do. High school is full of opportunities, and it's time for you to build on the talents and the character that you have established. Use what you have learned, set your goals, and work to accomplish them. Ask yourself, is what I am doing today going to get me closer to where I want to be tomorrow? Remember, that includes the classes that you choose, the activities that you participate in, the friends that you hang out with, and how you spend your free time. Life is about the choices that you make, and they will carry you far. My hope is that your accomplishment tonight will be one of the many goals that you reach as you begin your new adventure in high school and then again in college. You have proven to all of us that you can do it. Now, go and prove it to the world. At this time, I would like to call the graduating class of 2016 to accept their diplomas from the Board of Education President, Mrs. Julie Starcinich. First row, please stand to accept this honor. Parents, I ask you to hold your applause until all of the graduates have received their diploma. If you would like to take a picture, you may do so from the center aisle in the back, but I ask you to stay behind the video cameras and move in and out for everyone to have the opportunity. Eddie Aguayo. Xander Alex. Javon Anderson. Jalen Anderson. Rosalie Behenna. Mitchell Baldwin. Aaliyah Bearfield. Alejandra Barrientos. Jacob Burka. Christian Bertino. Anthony Blazekovich. Syed Hassan Bakari. Shaylin Bragg. Josephine Brooker. Jennifer Burek. Kayla Burnett. Matthew Butler. Sarah Carusi. Miguel Ceballos. Jessica Chavez. Shannon Shimoleski. Luis Cordova. Devin Cronin. Julian Cruz. Francisco Diaz. Kelly Juke. Danica Eustachio. Dylan Farrell. Alyssa Fields. Ruben Fuentes. Jessica Gamboa. Angelo Geronimo. Johan Verona. Anthony Gonzalez. Naomi Gonzalez. Samantha Gonzalez. Jade Granger. Savannah Green. Alexis Ginto. Tyrese Harris. Amy Hernandez. Taylon Houston. Gianna Joaquin. Kaylee Kowalski. Sonia Kukula. Cody Kundrith. Hannah Kurger. Grace Lee. Tyler Lempicki. Itzeli Luna. Cornell Lurie. Christina Martinez. Lianamar Mapa. Alexis Martinez. Emily McClelland. Nolan McNabb. Olivia Mellies. Giselle Mesa. Macy Minarsik. Iram Montoya. Herman Moreno. Taylor Morgan. Joseph Volcanery. Zachary Murray. Troy Nathaniel. Sydney Nelson. Daniel Neary. Caitlin Nguyen. Elijah Novak. Samuel Novak. Claudia Nowak. Andrew O'Brien. Candy O. Monandrew Palanga. Julian Paradella. Mario Carmen. Brianna Pena. Jessica Perez. Emily Flesher. Alejandra Ramirez. Alexandra Ramirez. Areli Ramirez. Taryn Ratliff. Keelan Ray. Ariana Reyes. Deborah Rito. Jacqueline Rodriguez. Sophia Samus. Imani Sanders. Amanda Sands. Victoria Santos. Vincent Sartori. Christopher Skinner. Abigail Smith. Michaela Smith. Seth Soltero. Pierre St. Fort. Nathan Tate. Treasure Thompson. Christian Torres. Matthew Toth. Micah Travis. Dean Tubang Vanwa. Leanne Ulrich. Isaac Valdez. Jakari Wright. Graduates, please move your tassels from right to left.
Good evening. I'm honored to be here giving the speech tonight as the class valedictorian. I want to thank everyone here, family, the Board of Education, teachers, administrators, staff, the band, and most importantly, the class of 2016. I'll never forget calling my mom the day I was told I was a valedictorian, her screaming for my dad, and lots of crying. Sorry, Mom, I had to put this in my speech. Love you. I thought back to when I was in 5th grade, during Mr. Bolton's science class. I remember telling him, I want to be the valedictorian. This is very surreal to me, accomplishing the goal I made almost 4 years ago. I won't forget this night, and I'm sure you won't either, because our parents will post all the videos and pictures they take all over Facebook. This is the night we move on to the next chapter of our lives, onto high school. But no matter where we are, we'll always be representing Richland as Eagles. I know many of you were counting the days, hours, even minutes until graduation, because I was. But you can't deny you will miss Richland, whether it's the teachers, friends, group projects, or the many memories we made here. I'll never forget meeting each and every one of my friends, especially my best friend. I won't forget the memories we made in band and choir, like getting best of day, honor status, and the concerts. I wouldn't have met some of my closest friends if it weren't for band and choir. Outside of music, I will never forget the little life lessons we get from Mr. Richard, or everyone saying the phrase "because of the economy," or when Johan made the whole lunchroom clap last year. I'll always remember watching the basketball and volleyball games here, and everyone supporting the teams, whether they win or lose. We all have our favorite memories, and I'm sure we'll make lots more in high school. I learned a lot here at Richland. The most important thing I learned was that I was never alone. Here, everyone joins into one big family. We're not all blood related, but we have the components of a family: anger, hate, love, and having each other's backs. I also learned to appreciate more things in my life. Our teachers and coaches have spent so much time teaching and planning. We have got to give them credit for all the hard work they've endured every year. Personally, I'd like to thank Mr. Rob and Mrs. Burke. I've been with them for 6 years, and they supported and motivated me to do my best. During that time, they also had to develop a high tolerance for me. We should also show our appreciation to all of our families. They've given us nothing but support for all the activities that we're involved in. I'd like to thank my parents, also known as the paparazzi, as Mr. Rob would call them, and my grandma, my #1 fan. They've cheered me on for everything, whether it's band, choir, or other activities. I'd also like to thank God, because without Him, none of us would be here. He also gave me the best parents I could ever ask for. Yes, graduates, most of us here are going to Lockport in August, but it's not going to be the same. I'm sure we're all enjoying every little moment of tonight, because this is the last day we'll be like this together.
A valedictorian is a goodbye. I don't want to say goodbye. Richland is my second home. I was raised here for 9 long years. But sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do in order to move on. We took our first step here together, and now we take the next. On behalf of the graduating class of 2016, I wish you the best and congratulations.
Seems like the rain has stopped. So I would ask and remind the audience, please remain seated until the 8th grade class of 2016 has departed the gymnasium. You can meet your graduate in the parking lot. Thank you.